Hey everyone, so I decided this time instead of figuring out what to do, I'm just going to show you step by step what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So now it's time for me to get some of the stuff that I made when I no longer have the files. So I want to do the tools because I have now figured out spawning, but I want to make the tool that I'm going to use for spawning. And for that I used these tools here. Now, there was the option I could just, go to where I saved it in server storage and whatever, but I realized that sometimes either the ID gets mixed up. That happened once with the moon image because I actually had to replace the entire moon system with the now deprecated system, but I used my own moon images. Can someone see that? I think it's too late in the night for you to see that, right? Can someone see the moon? Yep. That is my own moon. So what I'm doing right now is I'm in the editor and I'm playing, and then I pick the item that I want. I go to workspace, I open my myself, and then when you have the item here, you just click it, the tool, it has this texture ID, right? And then you go to your browser. There's always an asset downloader. There is another way, which is, you type in the URL and just manipulate it, but I don't care. So now that I have this add-on on, I don't even have to be on a tab. I can just click this, enter the asset ID, remove the rest. I don't know if not removing the rest works or not. And then you get this. You can go ahead and download it on your file system. What I'm doing is I'm just putting it directly where it needs to be. So in this add-on, I'll show you how it looks in just a sec. This was mint. In this add-on, it just looks like every collectible item has its own folder with the 3D model and with the other thing. And I don't think I want to do that. I think that if they just exist in the file system, you'll be able to just put them there. But I'll get to copying a bit more of the seeds and I will get back to you. This is a little bit of a repetitive process that you have to do, but I do think it's worth doing. And what I would also recommend, because I do have a save load system, but not all of my items are saved the same way. So this is the wrong image. Now, if I leave and rejoin the game, it would be corrected, but there is just another way. And it is that I have written this, and it just throws away whatever you have on hand. And since when you leave and rejoin the game, that's when you save load, so it will just, yep, there you go. Make sure you click it again though, because what you have here in the options tool does not get updated. So what you want to be doing is going here and copying the texture. I don't know why it just has some images that I've not used, because I was thinking about using AI, but I realized, nah, I'm not going to use AI. This was before, like, people hated AI, or I hated AI as much as I did. I was just curious, like, what will it end up looking like, but I'd never end up using it. And for some reason, those are the only pictures that are still saved in the file system, including some other pictures. But I need to copy these because these are very, very detailed images of what the tool is supposed to look like in a botanical textbook, and not like in this like reduced low poly art form that I really like. Anyways, I will go back and get some of the seeds, and I'll come back here and show you how it looks. Okay, so I tried to fix stuff, but I've kind of run out of time. I'm gonna show you what the trash can has in terms of deleting. It has just a proximity prompt inside its tree, and when that proximity prompt is triggered, then it looks for the tool and it just destroys. That's it. That's all it does. I didn't get to do what I was going to do today, so I'll just show you what I have so far. It's not complete, but basically I have a problem with this because now it no longer interacts with physics. It used to though, but basically now we have two types of tools that you could just pick up and they still remain, and tools that when you pick up they disappear. I have now added an orange border that appears when you click on things. I'm not the best UI person, so I just decided to make it look exactly like when you're in the when you just selected it. I just made it look exactly like it because it is scripted. It's not really something that, you know, works on its own. I have also added, I'll talk about how I added them in another video because I did run out of time. But basically, I still didn't override this, but I'll show you now what I did so far. So in the add-on, this is actually quite useful. So in the add-on itself, if I now have the add-on installed, if I add a new scene and I I just go to Node 3D, they have added this item, right? And then in the item, they've added interactable item. That means each of these is a class inside a class inside a class that like extends the other one, and then collectible item. And then they added cup, key, and knife. And each of these is just empty code. It does not have anything interesting in it. I'll show you in a second. So I decided to do consumable pickup, and then I'll do another one for these, but I'm not going to phase it out all just yet. So in consumable pickup, I have seed item. That means that I don't want to have so many different things. At the end of the day, I do want to reduce the file size. I do want to make this as efficient and easy as possible. So what I did is I tried to copy the exact same thing, because if you add a new scene and you just type in the seed item, it's going to be a Node 3D, and you don't want it to be a Node 3D. So what you want it to be is you're first going to add, and this is something took me a while to figure out, but I think he added some sort of body. Yeah, a rigid body, this icon. A rigid body 3D. And then you go into the search here, you type in your code, and then he linked that. And then inside, you're going to add two things. You're going to add one, your mesh. You're going to copy this thing, right? So you're going to add your mesh. You're going to add your collision shape. Those are the two basic things that were in the cup, and exactly that. So in the seed, I gave it a preview, an assign, tool, and usually, and this is I think what broke the fit. I'm not sure though, because I'm not really 100% sure about anything in Godot, because I didn't change the code in the cup, and I didn't change the code in the cup or in the interactable or in the item or in the collectible item or anything in that tree. I added my own code, and it just the entire thing is no longer refusing to physics from the player, but it is responding to gravity, so whatever. So in here, most people, what they do is they either pack a scene as an exported variable, or they pack an array. And the thing is with the scenes is that they're not loaded, so that really pisses me off. So I decided, since I'm not using physics anyways, I'm only using the mesh instance, right? Like when I click on the wrong file. Don't save. Let's just close the slot for now. I was doing something else. So if I'm right now in the world and I go and click here, this is just a mesh instance. There's no physics and there's no collision, which honestly, I think it's cleaner than the Roblox one. I do think that I don't really want them to have collisions to do a lot of stuff. So my aim with this is that within the seed, eventually I want to pack in the entire thing. So I don't want to have multiple scenes. I don't want to have, like the entire thing instantiated, like, I don't know, below the floor of the world or something. What I want to do is just make a single tool, and that tool inside it. Now, if I forgot to assign it. So they're invisible and they're scaled down. I just scaled them down to 0.3. So all I have to do is go here, and the tool preview, I'll show you in a second. That's the thing I was working on. I wanted to show you. So this is the preview scene, which is what you're supposed to see when you're planting like when you have the mouse hover thing, when you have the tool on. And then this is the growth stage, the first growth stage, which is what appears actually in real life, right? So how I did that in Roblox is I had, let me run this and show you. So what I did in Roblox, I'm gonna have to run really quickly. This code takes a long time to work, so I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna plant a seed. So as you can see, the plant appeared a second, disappeared, and then this replaced it. So what's actually happening is, if I go to the server view, I just have the fully grown one here. That's it. I don't have, the growth stages were just a trick on the client side of things. So if I go to Alt here and I've selected the poppy, and inside I have growth stages 0. It's in the attributes. Can't make it bigger. No. There you go. It's here, down here in the attributes. And then when the growth stages increase, when I water, it sends to the server handles the stages, so that, and then everyone has the same client script that makes them see what this looks like. So since I don't need to do any of that, because it's a single player game, and because you know, I just want to be as efficient as possible. So obviously this thing has a server and server storage, and that's where I'm getting all my stuff from. I don't need to do all that here. My aim is to expand on this. So I'm not deleting the stuff from the add-on head on. I'm just like putting it bit by bit by bit. And I just realized this video is starting to go a bit longer, so I'm going to cut it here, continue my explanation in the next video. So thanks for following this so far, although today has not been that great. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.